Hey everyone, you're watching Gym Pilgrim, brought to you by Exalt Virtual Training, where we review the best gyms in North America. If you like seeing content like this, please like and subscribe. I'm LJ, head coach at Exalt, and today I'm here at Kilo Club in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just to not waste your time, I'm going to start off by giving you all the details that you need to know about this gym to make that decision whether you want to be part of Kilo Club or not. Okay, so what's so special about this gym to start off is this is actually the gym I go to. I'm a personal trainer, and this is where I take all my clients, my in-person clients out of. So I chose the best one in Vegas to a degree. Best for me, best as a personal trainer. What makes this gym the best in those regards is how private it is. This has a 1,000-member cap. And after that point, no one else is going to be allowed to come here. And the reason they do that is so it stays private, so it never gets too crowded. As we go throughout our interview and we walk around, you're going to see just how private this place is. And it's perfect for introverts. If you just like going to the gym like me and honing in on your workout, being really focused and just getting it done, this place is perfect for you. Another great thing about this gym is how good the equipment is. The owner of this actually has a bodybuilding background, and he knows the perfect pieces. And so there's not just one brand here. You'll see that there's a handful of different brands here per body part. What's another nice thing about this gym is the amenities. This gym has a sauna, it has a steam room, it has an infrared room, which we're gonna show you. It has a beautiful, something I really like about this gym is there's glass all the way around it, so you get a lot of natural light in it. So in parts, as you can see, it's gonna be darker, but then there's also parts, especially obviously during the day, where you're gonna get a lot of natural light in here. So I personally really like that. The lockers are super nice. You can get your own private locker, really nice showers, nice sinks where you can get ready. A lot of things, especially for females, are provided. And so this place is top notch. It's the best of the best as far as quality goes. So now that we got that out of the way, today I'm not here with the owner, but since this is my gym, I'm gonna be the one to take you around today. Before we start our tour, I'm going to be showing some exercises with my client, Danielle, later. And so the tour is going to take about 15-20 minutes. So I'm going to take my pre-workout right now so it kicks in by then. I've been using this for a while. I actually reached out to Global Formulas, see if they give me an affiliate code. Thank goodness they did. So that affiliate code is GymPilgrim10. But this is Super BioFreak OMG. If you're familiar with ingredients, you'll see how many clinically studied ingredients are in here, and that they have the clinically studied dosages. So this is for sure my go-to as far as pre-workout. All right, so right here, I'm at the front desk of Kilo Club, and it just has a really cool vibe here. It says prestigious, it says top notch. And so here, this front desk, we're here after hours, but it's usually manned 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And there are people constantly cleaning. There's a cleaning person here from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So this place is always being taken care of. But let's head this way to the equipment. So first off, I just want to show you, these are the new and improved J-Bells designed by the owner, Jay Jung himself. We're going to show that a little bit more later when we are with my client Danielle doing some exercises. We head this way. We move to some of the actual equipment. We have a big cardio area over here where we have your typical cardio machines, but we also have a turf over there with a sled. Let's actually take a look over there real quick. So we got our regular treadmills, we got ellipticals, you got some Stairmaster. This is equipment that I typically use a little bit more with my clients when I'm here. You got the assault bike or the air bike, whatever you like to call it. We have a sled, and not just any old sled, it's the Torque Tank. What's really cool, I love this. This is actually one of my favorite pieces of equipment to start off with, new trainees. So first we can load it with the weight, but it also has a brake system built into it. So I can build up notches of weight, making it, harder to pull or push. and then easier like that. So that's a very, very cool machine. Let's head over to where most of the leg equipment is. First off, we have the booty builder right here, the full machine. I think there's some that are plate loaded. This is a cable loaded one. We have a hoist kickback. This one's actually pretty special just because it's built by Gym 80. Not a brand that you're actually gonna see a whole lot. And now you're actually gonna see it a little bit more at Gold's Gym because there's a little bit of a partnership there. But so you got all kinds of different leg pieces. Nothing over, oh, here's one of my favorites, but we've already talked about this in the past. This one is actually a big favorite of mine. Depending on the type of gym you're at, if you are at a big box gym, you probably not have a pendulum squat at all. If you're at a gym where it's a locally owned, personally owned, the owner actually cares about the equipment, you may get some pendulum squats, but probably not an Atlantis pendulum squat. This one's super smooth. It already has a counter weight built into it. I'm gonna also show you this one a little bit later with Danielle, but I'll just go ahead and show it off right now. Super smooth machine. I've tried some of these before where they're really clunky, moving them side to side. This one is just built very well where you're not gonna feel that whatsoever. So, big fan of the Atlantis pendulum squat. Head over here, we have a really nice belt squat made by Rogue. I think it's called the Rhino belt squat. You got a Smith machine. We have really nice free weights over here. We have more of the J-bells. These are the ones that are about to get replaced by the ones I showed you before. And then we have Watson dumbbells. Very, very nice, very good quality. I love the grips on them as well. You got some nice power racks right here, very adjustable. We head this way, we come into more of our upper body plate loaded machines. A lot of techno gym, a lot of hammer strength in here. And we have some very, as you can see, custom made squat racks, bench racks in here. A few different types of bars, really good stuff like Ohio, West Side, but you can see everything over here. I'm sure you could have seen it by now, but you know, this is a perfect example of these glass windows. You get to look down at a little cool French cafe. So I don't know, you're living the dream here. So I'm gonna take you over to our MMA room over here. First thing you're gonna see when you walk into here is that it has a cage. So that's really special, especially if, you know, you're involved a little bit more into MMA type stuff. So you can even practice some stuff of, you know, cage work. It's all padded. So you can practice jiu-jitsu, you can practice some wrestling in here. They have a bunch of really nice bags, some for kicking, some for punching, some for doing whatever you want to do. If you're a Muay Thai fighter or a kickboxer, a lot of that, a lot of good stuff in here. You have your bags, you have a place to store your gloves, trainer pads. Take a look down here. We have a few other brands. You got Arsenal, you got Landis, you got Life Fitness, you got a brand called Built, which I'm not a huge fan of, but there's only like 2 pieces of those here. See more cable stuff, see a little bit more. You got cardio stuff in here, but this is Virtual Instructor Ran cardio. So as you can see, Peloton brand and Hydro Row, I believe. So really nice touch right there. I don't think I showed this before, but this is another machine that we're gonna work with Danielle on, but this is a Sorinex Hurricane. We actually have 2 of these here. These are really cool. You can do a handful of different exercises on this. These are very adjustable, but also sturdy because the handles are gonna stay in place. As you can see, they actually welded these, so they won't be free moving as far as out and in, but obviously, you know, still keep going up. You're gonna see, I think we're gonna do some split squats with Danielle, but another exercise I like to do with this, I feel like I'm constantly doing RDLs, but I really like RDLs with this machine because of the way it's pulling you. So that's a great machine. More cable, rigs. Got a multi-hip right here. Take a little look over here. We have our break area, perfect for before and after workouts. They actually have complimentary coffee, a whole coffee bar built into it. In fact, these have just been replaced and these are new, came in a week ago. So you can take a look at that. Even some T options. This is a very special room. Something you're probably not gonna find at any other gym. But this is an infrared heat room. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. So what is so special about this room is if you look up at these lights up here, this is where the infrared lamps are installed into. And so this room during, I think, hours 9 to 6, it stays around 84 degrees. And then these infrared lights are, I don't know the full science. Jay explained it a little bit to me before, but he told me that the heat is getting into you at the cellular level. So actually a really great room to do your warm up in. And so you can obviously come in here, do your stretches. You got yoga mats, yoga pads, some yoga balls, some specific stations, some 2 stretch machines done by True. I don't know if you guys have used these machines before, but these are actually really cool. You can get yourself into different positions, something to stretch your back out with. Take a step over like this. Ooh, that gets the lower back. And the shoulder blades pretty real well. Take a look over here. They have Hyper-Rice percussion guns in here. They have vibrating roller right there. What's this thing called again? A vibration pad. I can't remember the name, but this is a very special, warm up stretching room, something you're never gonna find anywhere else. All right, so that pretty much wraps up. We obviously can't go into the lockers. You just have to take my word that they are very, very nice. But that wraps up this gym in general. So like I said, the owner of this, he comes from a bodybuilding background. If you're familiar, the owner actually used to own City Athletic, not too far from here in Vegas. And City Athletic turned into Kilo Club. It's kept its slightly bodybuilding centered, clientele, because you have some big names. I'm not gonna name drop just because respect for them, but you have some big names coming in here, and then people just love to use this space. One thing I did forget to mention, everyone's gone for the day, but we have a few different tenants here, such as people doing hydrofacials. You got someone doing physical therapy. You got someone doing non-invasive Botox or something like that. But you got a lot of different tenants here to offer you those types of services. All right, so we're here with one of the members, Don. Don, tell me why you chose this gym over any other gym here in Vegas.
Sure. So Kilo Club markets itself as an exclusive gym, and it truly is. 21 plus, it's quiet, it's discreet. You get in and out, you get your workouts in, you meet some really interesting people, some really cool people, and it's more of the people that are here to actually work out as opposed to an LVAC or a Lifetime where people are there to hang out. It's the biggest difference.
Yeah, I agree. People here take it serious, and there's just a lot of good members here. A lot of people here worth knowing, right?
Oh, 100%. I've met a lot of people here professionally that we've had meetings outside of the gym and connected professionally. So it's a really good place to meet people and also to be part of the community.
Perfect. Cool. Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So I'm here with my client, Danielle, and today we're going to be working on the legs, especially. So we're going to start with this machine. We're going to do the quads. Her personal goal is just to build up her legs, build up more of that physique, especially in the lower body, similar to like a wellness competitor, where she's keeping the upper frame small, strong but smaller, and then building up the lower frame. So we're going to just throw her in this real quick. So let me talk about this machine. You can go ahead, hop in. So this is, if you watch Elevation or my review of Elevation, you saw that we talked a little bit about the brand Atlantis. So once again, this is an Atlantis brand, and this is a pendulum squat. If you're not familiar, you won't find this, a pendulum squat in general. A lot of brands make a pendulum squat, but you won't find it in general in pretty much any big box gym. So you're gonna have to go to that good local gym where they care about their equipment. So I'm gonna have her demonstrate a whole set, and I'm going to show you why this machine's so great. So we're going to come up a little bit, unlock it, and then her feet are set up perfect. So we're going to, like I said, we're primarily going to be hitting quads. So for her, I have her toes out a little bit, and her knees are going to go in that direction. And I'll kind of show you a few other things as we go through it. So give me a few reps. Good. So as you can see, we have her feet set up right where her heels aren't going to come off. If we come too low, her heels are going to start coming off, and we want all the balls of the feet there. If we come up too high, we're not going to be able to hit quads as much. So you can see we're hitting quads real good. The hamstring is going right into the calf right there, and all that tension is going to be on the quads right there and keeping a lot of the tension off the hips. So this is going to be a very quad dominant compound exercise. Give me just one more. Beautiful. Let's rack it up. Yeah, we can come up higher. Who have you ever used a pendulum squat? No. I mean, how are your quads feeling?
They're burning.
Yeah, it is just going to slam the quads. When it comes to just a regular squat, like, you know, using free weight, depending on, you know, the length of your bones, you may be the type of person who can hit, you know, a really good quad dominant one, but a lot of people, just based on their builds, they're going to be a lot of hip dominant squats. So this forces your body into a much more quad dominant squat. And as you can see, you have a counterweight back here. Sometimes I'll even hook up a band from there to, you know, take off some of the load as you go down further and further. But, you know, another great piece of Atlantis equipment. All right, so right here we have the Sorinex Hurricane. I'm pretty sure it's called the Hurricane. So this machine is very special because it has ultimately jammer arms built into the machine. And this one they've welded, but if they hadn't welded, these arms actually move freely, and this thing's adjustable. So if you wanted to start it higher, potentially do a Viking press, or we're going to start with it lower and we're going to do a Bulgarian or a back foot elevated split squat, whatever you want to call it. And so I'll go ahead, or I'll have Danielle come on, move into the machine real quick. And so the back foot elevated is going to hit much more of the glute. And what's special about this machine, similar to the Rogers Athletic Power Squat that we talked about, it's going to force you into position. So as she's pulling up, she's going to be able to come back, but as she comes back down, she's going to move a little bit forward, creating better leverage to work in the hip. So with the setting on this is probably a little bit tall for her, where she's not able to go super low. Go ahead and stop there. But if we wanted to, you know, change that, allow her to get lower without changing, without adjusting right here, we just stack each side up. So put a front foot elevated, but then just make the back a little bit higher, and you'd be able to virtually do the same thing. All right, so we got something very special right here. These are called the J-Bells. Currently, this is the only place you're gonna find this equipment. Primary reason is because the owner, Jay Jung, he's the inventor of the J-Bells. What makes the J-Bells so special is how they're built. They're going to be much more ergonomic. And when you're moving something like this, which is what we're going to do, or a curl, you're not going to be worried about the weight going this way. So you're going to be able to keep all the tension, you know, all the signals going from your brain to your muscle right on the targeted muscle, rather than playing around with trying to keep it constantly balanced. So what I'm going to have Danielle here do is she's going to do some lateral raises or some Y raises, and we're going to be able to see, you know, how that exactly works. And then also we can see kind of these cuffs that have been made for it. The tension or the pressure is going to kind of stay on that wrist a little bit, so you're not holding that weight fully with this side of your forearm. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Gym Pilgrim. Thanks so much to Jay for letting us tour and do a review of Kilo Club. It's a great club. Real quick recap. This place is great, honestly, for introverts who like to, you know, perfect their craft. This place has really good equipment, really good amenities, really good overall vibe. So I chose to train out of this place for a reason. So if you want to come by, see if a membership's right for you, I'd highly recommend it. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like this content. It will help us get it to more people and, you know, make more videos in general. Also, last thing, this video is brought to you by Exalt Virtual Training. I'm the head coach of Exalt Virtual Training. I've helped tons of people figure out a sustainable way to reach their physique goals. You know, my virtual clients, they're mainly physique goal clients, and, you know, there's so many things that go into it. So I'd highly recommend, don't try to do it all yourself. There's a huge science to it. Feel free to follow me at Exalt PTLV on Instagram, and you can hit me up, and I'd be more than happy to give a free consultation to anyone who's looking for something.